Here we go. It's the Pompey Podcast with Mike and Dan. Good evening, Dan.
Good evening.
And this is the Pompey Podcast at the Euros. So we are taking a break from Pompey Podding for a little while because the Euros start in a couple of weeks' time. So we're going to follow England's progress, or the Euros in general, but mainly England's progress through there. And we are starting today with having a look at England, having a look at their squad, having a look, see how we think they will do. So let's get straight into it, shall we, Dan? Let's firstly look at their fixtures. Obviously, this week they're playing Iceland Friday, and then the squad will be announced. And then they've got this little lineup of games, which looks a little bit like this. Okay, so we kick off the tournament against Serbia on the 16th, Sunday, 8 o'clock kickoff. Nice.
Exciting.
We then play Denmark at 5 o'clock on Thursday the 20th, and finally 25th of June, England Slovenia. So quickly, what do you think of anyone to be worried about in that little lot?
I don't think so. No, I think the only thing with the Serbia and the Slovenia type teams, they're sometimes going to be quite hard to break down, and we sort of huff and puff against those teams. But I think we've got enough, haven't we, to beat both of those. It's the same as similar to the Bosnia game last night, I think, in that we struggled for a bit and then came out comfortable winners. I think it will be the same against Serbia and Slovenia anyway.
Yeah, Denmark, and even with a much changed team, we're still comfortable in
exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so quick score predictions. Well, I think I'm going to go bold, and I'm going to say if we concede a goal in this group, I'll be surprised. We shouldn't concede a goal against any of them, should we? Denmark aren't the side they used to be. No. I think Slovenia, actually looking at form, are probably the tougher of them. Just quickly go through the form. So Slovenia have won 2 and drawn one of their last 3. One of those wins was against Portugal, 2-0. Denmark beat the Faroes, tricky one, 2-0. Drew with the Swiss, lost to Northern Ireland, 2-0. And then Serbia beat Cyprus, as you'd expect, lost 4-0 to Russia, drew with Bulgaria. I don't think maybe Slovenia could be treated, but I think by then, who knows, the table should be done by then, shouldn't it?
Yeah. I think we'll end up with 7 points. I think we could quite easily get 9, but I think there's always that the early first round draw 0-0. Can't get it in the net type game. I think will be one of them. Maybe the Denmark game.
Yeah, it's very typical of England, isn't it? To just not make things easy in these sort of tournaments. Although actually, last few they've kind of gone through the groups fairly comfortably, haven't they?
Yeah.
So you're saying we're 7 points win the group?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'd be very surprised if we didn't.
Do you know who we face in the next round if we do win the group?
Yes, we faced third place in what group is it? Group something. Is it? Okay. Third place D, E, or F. Yeah.
Well, we're D, aren't we?
No, we're Group C.
Oh, okay.
So if we win, as it says in your little, as it shows on your little thing there. Yeah. So we play third place Group D, E, or F. So you'd be looking at,
who are we looking at?
Isn't it? D, E, or F. So you'd be looking at Group D of Poland, Netherlands, Austria, France. So you'd sort of likely to take out France and Netherlands out of those.
Yeah.
Austria or Poland. Then Belgium, Slovakia, Romania, Ukraine. That could be any one of the 3 other than Belgium, I think. And then Group F. Did I say F? D, E, and F? Yeah. Turkey, Georgia, Portugal, Czech Republic. So again, take out Portugal.
Yeah, probably Georgia or one of those 3, isn't it? Definitely not Portugal. Yes. So you'd think we should give you a relatively comfortable next round, shouldn't you?
Yeah.
So before all those games kick off, there's a little, as we say, Iceland, which shouldn't really cause a problem at the weekend, should it? And then Southgate has to take this squad here down to 26 players. It's currently at 33. So who are the players you take out of that 33, Dan?
Well, I think
the goalkeeper, shall we?
Yeah, I think the goalkeepers that he will take will obviously be Pickford and Ramsdale, Henderson. I think Trafford will be left.
Defenders. Who would you take out defence-wise?
Well, I've got that he's going to take Walker, Trippier, Gomez, Stones, Dunk, Maguire, Shaw, and Gay, maybe.
Okay,
I don't think Branthwaite.
Gomez. Did you say Gomez in there?
Gomez, I think. Yeah, I've got him down. Yeah, I think. Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it, with the defenders? I think that your definites are. If I say the definites, which would be Walker, Trippier, Stones, Maguire, Dunk.
Yeah.
Shaw, I think Shaw will get in anyway. And then,
well, regardless of fitness.
Yeah, I think he will. I mean, unless he's obviously
completely
he's passed
crocked.
Unfit, then I think he'll get in. And then it's sort of I don't know. It all depends on who Southgate has got in mind. Who do you think?
I've gone for the players to come out from the defence. I've gone Concert, Dunk, and Quansah. Yeah, I think he might. It's between Dunk and Branthwaite, and I don't know. I like Branthwaite, and I think Branthwaite could be a good backup. I think Dunk could be a good backup. I don't know. It's difficult, isn't it? But I think he will take Gomez because he's flexible. He can play left back kind of as well as right back. And obviously you've got Trippier who can play left back as well. So I think that's covered for sure. And I think you're right. I think he will take Shaw because in the latter stages, if he does become fit, he'll start utilising him maybe later in the group games, perhaps. Midfield, who's coming out of your midfield? I've taken 2 out of the midfield.
Out of those 2, I think are coming out. Out of those picks there, I would say Jones and Wharton. Although he 100%. Did well when he came on last night. Yeah, I don't think he'd be making the final squad.
No, and I like him as a player. He's had a really good last 5-6 months, hasn't he? But it's a little bit early for him, I think.
Yeah, Rice, Mainu, Alexander-Arnold, Gallagher. And then, I've got Maddison and Bellingham, but it all depends what you're classing them as, isn't it?
Apparently, they're not midfielders anymore, are they? Okay, so that leaves, from my perspective, it leaves 1 to come out of the strikers. But have you got 2, I suppose, from what you've done?
Yeah, I mean, who have I got? Tony to come out, and no, that'd be it, wouldn't it? Tony, I think.
Okay.
Tony.
So do you know who I've taken out of the forward line?
I think you've taken out Anthony Gordon.
I have not. I think he had a good last few months for Newcastle. Good season overall, actually. I've taken out, and this might be a bit controversial because I've taken out Jack Grealish.
It's controversial, but I understand. I like Jack Grealish, but he just hasn't been the same this season, has he?
Nah, I thought he played all right actually against Bosnia and Herzegovina, but I really like Eze. I think he is quality, and I think he'll play the kind of Grealish role whereby he'll be the impact left-sided sub, I think, if we needed to. And I don't know, I'm kind of on the fence with Jared Bowen. I think I like Jared Bowen again, but I think, and he's really energetic and he's all over the place, isn't he? But just not quite sure about him, whether he's just a little bit short of international level. But I don't know. I don't know, but yes, we're pretty much along the same lines. I think defence almost picks up, midfield certainly. So this is your team that you think will be the England side in the tournament. Most of it picks itself, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, I'm setting myself up for some abuse, especially with that back 4. But I don't have an issue with Maguire. I never have. I think he does well for England, and I don't think, purely from an England perspective, I haven't seen any player that I think, he deserves to be in there in front of Maguire. And I think Stones is, I think Stones and Maguire will be the central defence pairing anyway.
It will be the pairing, yeah. As long as they're both fit.
Yeah, and same with Shaw. I've put Shaw in there. I know people are going to moan, but I don't know. He's been out for however long. And he might not even make it, but I just think he is one of those players that if he is fit, you're never too worried about him. He's not going to make a mistake. It's unusual for him to make a mistake. He's 100% player, isn't he? He doesn't do silly things. So I think
solid.
Solid.
Yeah, my only slight concern is obviously his fitness, but the fact that he's the only recognised left back in the squad suggests that he's going to play if he's fit, isn't he? Yeah. I can't suddenly see Southgate change into a back 3 or anything radical like that at the last minute because we haven't played it at all, have we? So
if you're not having Shaw, you're having Trippier, yeah?
It's going to have to be, isn't it? It's going to have to be. I don't think you'd risk like a Gomez or someone like that in there. I think Trippier is, again, his form hasn't been great for Newcastle, but he's actually, again, he's never let England down, has he really? I think he's pretty solid. Useful to have a set piece as well. Let's talk about that. Let's call it the front six, shall we, from Bellingham, Rice forward.
Yeah.
Is there a better 6 players in the world right now?
In the world? I mean, collectively.
Collectively, yeah. Yeah. I don't mean, obviously Mbappe would have a shout, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he's not bad. No, I think it's probably, the best, collectively, the best 6. Yeah, I'd say in the world.
If you look at Foden just got Premier League Player of the Year. Bellingham's just got La Liga Player of the Year. Harry Kane's just scored 40-odd goals in the Bundesliga and still not managed to win it.
No, yeah. Palmer's just scored however many from midfield.
20-odd, yeah.
Yeah.
Saka, is he fit? I don't know what his fitness situation is.
I don't quite know what's going on with him. Yeah. So, he's a maybe. I think the only thing I would change, and I think Southgate might do, is he would put Bellingham in the Palmer position. And then I was trying to think of who would be his Calvin Phillips, which he relied on so much. And I wouldn't be surprised if he put someone like Conor Gallagher in there. Just because he's that similar type player in that we've got these attacking players. We've got Saka, Palmer and Bellingham, and then you've got Rice and Gallagher just doing the defensive side of things. So I wouldn't be surprised if he did put him in. Especially,
I wouldn't mind that though. I wouldn't mind that. I don't mind Gallagher. I think again he's really flourished this year, and he's kind of pretty much an ever present for Chelsea, and certainly in an improving Chelsea side towards the end of the season. I think that's the one spot that's probably up for grabs, isn't it? Palmer or Gallagher, or maybe Mainu as a third choice in there. I think Mainu would be more of a defensive choice, perhaps. Or I think Gallagher would be disciplined in there, though, wouldn't he?
Yeah,
keen. Okay, and you've not taken Tony, have you? So I think he will take Tony, just because I think Tony gives a different option if Kane isn't playing. But I think also he could probably play off Kane more than Watkins could, or play with Kane more than Watkins could if we're chasing a game or if we're chasing a goal. But I don't know. We'll see. The only thing I think with Tony is, A, hasn't had a lot of minutes for England, does he? And B, he's slightly controversial. So I wonder, and Southgate likes conformists, doesn't he? Yeah. So I wonder if that might be his downfall, but we'll see. Possibly. We'll see. Yeah. England's chances, Dan. Can we win it?
Yeah, I think we can. Yes. No. No, I don't know. I think we can. No, Mike. Tell me what you think.
It's difficult. I've thought we could win a lot of tournaments probably since about 86 onwards. I've probably thought we could win it going into the tournament, and then soon had your hopes dashed at some stage. Then to have them rise up again, and then have them dashed again. Yeah. I don't know. I think this is probably the best squad we've had for a long time. I think there's a clear, as we've shown here, there's a clear starting 11, but I think we've also got a lot of backups. My only concern is defence. I think when we play against a good team. Well, actually, 2 concerns I've got. One is defence. I think when we play against a good team, we struggle. And secondly, when we play against a good team, I don't think we set up to win the game. We set up to not concede early, which was our downfall last time round. And I think had we set up to win the game against France last time round, I think we would have won it. Because when we started attacking them, they looked a bit shaky at the back. Yeah. But that's my concern, is that Southgate might be too negative. But I think this is Southgate's last tournament, so he might hopefully go for a little bit more.
Yeah, might do.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Who would be your choices for potential winners, if not England?
I think you've always got to say France. I mean, I think France are the only ones that stand out. Yeah, that's it. France. Yeah. I can't see. I mean, Italy, Spain, I think Netherlands they'd be my dark horse. Well, they're not really dark horses, but they'd be my sort of outsiders.
Yeah, but Germany on home soil.
Maybe, you never write them off, can you? I mean, if we finish second, then we're looking at Germany in the next round, probably. So, so we could be playing them earlier than we'd want.
Yeah. I fancy us against anyone, though. It's just how we are on the day, whether we can rise to it. Don't know. Maybe the pressure might be off a little bit, not playing at home. Obviously, we've done all right in tournaments recently. Semi-final, final, quarterfinals. Maybe we'll go one further this time round. Hopefully so. But anyway, that's our roundup of the England side. We will be back next week we'll have a little look at the other runners such as Spain, Germany, France, and the tournament will be starting shortly after that. We'll also bring you any updates, if there is any, about any signings or potential signings at Fratton Park. But for now, there'll be a similar one next week. I've been Mike, this is Dan, and we're off. Goodbye.
Bye.